Hello and welcome to A Pair of Dice Lost podcasting channel. My name is Brendan, my pronouns are he, him, and I'll be your storyteller for this game about living gods on the wrong side of the law. Joining me for this game is...
Hey there guys, my name is Tyler. Pronouns are he, him. I'm going to be playing Riki, the fire-aspected street exorcist.
Hi everybody, my name's Christina. I will be playing Ellion. My pronouns are she, her, and Ellion's pronouns are they, them. They are a water-aspected investigator.
Hi everyone, my name's Cody. Pronouns are he, they, and I play Amalar Divine, the air-aspected shady businessman.
Hi, my name is Britt, and my pronouns are she and her. I play a wood aspect named Rush Ferris, who has a ferret familiar named Zeke. Together, they specialize in archery, larceny, and dance.
Hi, I'm Michaela, she, her, and I'll be playing Turali of House Regara, an Earth-aspected leader of a small military force known as the Tyrants, who cooks the books for the gang.
And this is Exalted, like a dragon-blooded. Act 3, 100 Kingdoms, 100 Heresies. This session is going to take place between you guys leaving Lookshy's area and arriving in Great Forks. Through the rivers of the Scavenger Lands, they actually, the river kind of goes near a lot of other smaller, less notable kingdoms. It is actually referred to as the 100 Kingdoms, as they are constantly in some form of war or dispute or trade agreement or something. It is nearly impossible to keep track of these small, feudal, constantly warring kingdoms that kind of pop up along the rivers and further down into the Scavenger Lands. The kingdom, or city-state, as it were, that you all end up docking at is the city-state of Sheor. Sheor, like she, and then or, as in what you mine out of the ground.
Okay.
It's where Sally sells seashells.
It is exactly where that Sally sells she shells by the Sheor. Now, this is a small, newer town, or city-state, I should say. This small, newer area has a newer-looking port. Like, you can tell, like, the wood of the dock is not as weathered. People here do not look as worn down as others would. There's kind of a hopeful air, a hopeful feeling in the air, which is something that has been probably a little bit missing. I feel like since you guys left Chiaroscuro, things have been a little dour. There have been moments of levity, but there has not been a place that has not had some kind of serious, malignant intentions at some point for you all in your travels from Chiaroscuro to Great Forks. So, when you dock here, Ellion and Riki and anyone else you don't ask to get off the boat is going to stay on the boat. But obviously, Ellion and Riki are a little tired, a little tuckered out. Who knows? Riki especially has had a very long trip. But you all exit onto this new dock into the area of Sheor. In kind of like coming up onto the top of the boat and kind of looking across, the buildings here are mostly wooden, with slanted roofs. Kind of the vibe, the aesthetic here is very much kind of like you can see off on the distance is a slightly higher than all the other buildings. There's a wall with a gate and everything, and you can see rising up from the what you assume to be the town square is a large, brightly colored tent in the middle of the town. Besides that, the dock workers greet you. The person who's in charge of the ship is basically kind of going around and getting resupplied and filling back up on fresh water and getting more food. As you guys do have a lot of people with you, and basically the captain just tells you it's like, yeah, just get back here before that we set sail again in a few days. So you guys are on the boat or on the docks of Shior. What do you all want to do?
Obviously, the answer is to swan dive into the water. I'm kidding.
I thought you couldn't swim.
That's why I said I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna push Ferris into the water.
All right. Roll Dex and Brawl.
I will fight you. I think we were talking about this. Ferris isn't a good swimmer. I wouldn't leave her alone in the water. I guess when we get there, we just get off the boat or ship. And do we need to go to specific places to find stuff to supply the ship with, or is that an automatic thing and we just explore?
That is an automatic thing, and you guys just explore. So why would the captain of the ship leave the minutia of day-to-day activities to Exalt? You guys are better than that.
Oh no, I just wanted to ask. It never hurts to ask.
Fair.
What if the captain's like, hey, I need this thing, and I know you guys can get this thing. Well, when we get to port, Ferris will very, very happily get off the ship first if she can, because she doesn't want to be on the boat anymore. Get herself on solid ground and kind of chill for a moment, get her bearings, and not be so seasick. And I think once she's, good to go, maybe try to find a place to get a bite to eat that's not just boat food.
Not just boat food and pocket falafel.
Boat food, pocket falafel, and pocket seaweed.
Look, one of those isn't food, it's medicine.
You still have to eat it.
Yeah, I wanna take a look for the guy I've got for that.
Okay. I think this is the first time that you've used that. Would you mind reading that or letting me know what that does so the people at home can know what that does?
Yeah, I've got a guy for that. It's a 3-dot merit from being a having Laughing Ragamuffin as my patron. Like any good smuggler, you always have a guy for that. Even when you don't, yes you do. Those who take this merit may call on it at any time and take a temporary contact merit up to this merit's rating. However, the higher the contact rating taken for that guy, the more likely it is to have dramatic consequences as decided by your storyteller. After all, Laughing Ragamuffin encourages those he patrons to actually have a guy for that, not just relying on him.
All right. So having not been to this town, you're going to have your guy for that show up. Cody, what kind of guy do you want this to be? What I should be asking is specifically what are you looking for them to do? Do you want them to be like a merchant? Do you want them to be like a shady underground business guy? Do you want them to be like the owner of the inn or something like that?
Michaela seems really dead set on me saying the guy should be a concierge. So, yeah, the owner of inn in town.
Owner of in town.
Yeah. The he inn on Shior.
Ah.
Okay. So your guy, as you are traveling through Shior, you kind of get the urge to, I guess, find a place to sleep that isn't rocking back and forth. You know that you have a day or two, Okay, so Cody, you go to a going past the initial dock and everything. You eventually lead everyone to an inn that has a sign that looks like a large river dragon, which is to say a crocodile, in a rice hat, holding a shovel.
I love
That is the sign by the inn that is just kind of like blowing in the river breeze. And inside, once you go in, you see a guy dressed in a very fine robe and has his hands at his side, and when you come in, he smiles politely and in the nicest customer service voice, just kind of goes, "Ah, hello there, sir. Welcome to my establishment. How can I help you and your friends?"
First, do you have baths?
Do we have baths, sir? Of course we have baths, or else this isn't the son of D the or else this isn't the son of D's Inn.
The Sunnity's Inn. That name sounds familiar. Good. Yeah. We'll take 3 baths, and 3 rooms for the next 2 nights.
Excellent choice, sir. Will this be by 3 baths? Do you mean 3 separate baths, or is this 3 passes to the communal bath at the hot springs?
Divine's gonna look back at the other 2 because he is obviously shameless and doesn't care.
Charlie will just go shrug. I mean, if you can't afford 3 individual baths for 3 nights,
It's one of those, like, if it was going to be a communal bath, like, Ferris wouldn't really care as much. She can always, like, wear something to cover up if she's not comfortable with it. Like, she'll make do with what she has.
No. I won't shoulder this insult. Yes, 3 separate baths, please. And actually make it 4. 1 for 1 lucky tyrant. Tarali gets to choose her favorite single tyrant who gets the bath.
Fantastic choice, sir. I'll make sure to provide all of your baths with complimentary furnishings for the bath, including bubbles, scrubbing oils, purification candles, and some snacks as well.
Ooh, snacks.
Excellent. Can I get a couple extra rags in my bath?
Ah, yes, a couple extra rags, of course.
Awesome. Amazing. Now I look forward. Do you care to indulge in the spectacle with us as Tarali chooses her single favorite tyrant?
That sounds fantastic. I would be happy to do that. Whoever the lucky person is, I will happily give them a complimentary snack as well.
I was going to ask Divine, like, why he wanted extra rags, but, I kind of don't want to know.
I know exactly why he wanted extra rags. He wants to let Vinali, my elder second in command, bathe with him and share.
Sure.
Yeah.
How nice.
And then the wing commanders, the triplet sisters, can have their own private bath since he got a 4th.
Their purse. Okay, I guess if you're gonna make all 3 share a single bathtub.
All right, bud. Bring some of the complimentary snacks out. Got a bunch of people here wanting some private baths. You hear someone grumbling from the back in the kitchen. And he brings out a tray with a covered bowl and hands a covered bowl to all of you. It's like, watch out, it's hot. Very good for bath and relaxation and everything. So please enjoy yourselves. But real quick, this is me, Brendan, as the GM, telling you all this. Before you guys leave and go off to your own separate baths to relax and everything, there's a group of people who are currently leaving the bath area and are heading back out. If you guys could give me a perception and awareness roll to kind of like check them out.
So
Seems inappropriate.
Brendan's helping us in the dating scene, I see.
Mm-hmm.
8.
Look, one of us has a significant other. The other has a wife and a girlfriend.
Yeah, but
And
as
then Raleigh's
Brendan
got-
has mentioned, dragon-blooded don't always marry for love.
I'm already keeping up with too many. I'm real good at minding my own damn business.
I'm just waiting for Raleigh to blow this out of the water.
I'm going to throw in 2 motes for funsies for precision observation.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Well, thank goodness I threw some extra in there because, wow.
Okay. So, Divine, you see, as you guys are kind of passing this large group, the people that stand out to you are there's a guy that you swear that you've seen before, and he looks like his nose is a little crooked.
God damn.
Ferris. You notice 3 guys that you certainly do recognize. If you recall from about a year and some change back in Chiaroscuro, you and Riki helped out a band.
The band.
The band is here, and they are being followed by a couple people of regular height who are in to put it in the most nice way possible, they are Jala facing. They are regular height, but they are bald with very pale skin and like black marks that look very to your trained performer eye look painted on.
Oh.
And there is a fairly pretty young lady who has like some like a flower crown on essentially, and is kind of laughing with the Jala performers.
A flower crown, you say?
Yes, a flower crown.
Bet you mine's better.
And as that you guys all pass, as that Tarali is going into her own bath and everything, there is another person there who kind of bumps into her, like shoulder checks her. And as she does, Tarali looks, and Tarali, it is like you are looking in a mirror. Like, same height, same build. It is like that there is another Tarali in front of you. And this very buff woman looks you up and down and goes, "Nice." And just keeps walking.
As she walks by, I check out her butt.
Solid.
Well, this has never come up in any game so far. Michaela, would you say that Tarali has a nice butt?
We've already established Tarali is muscle mommy.
I mean,
with granite skin.
It is toned. She doesn't miss leg day or squat, so yeah.
Okay. You look back. It is toned. She has clearly never missed leg day or squats. Nice. And then you guys can go into your bath with your complimentary snack in the hot bowls.
Did anybody notice anything odd there?
I saw the band members that we saw back in Chiaroscuro that Riki and I helped.
Nah, I just saw some guy that looked vaguely familiar. The fucked up nose, which, you know, as many people as I run into with Riki who he breaks their nose, I don't necessarily remember who this one was. Did he break one of the band members' noses?
No, it was a different person that you saw.
Okay, different guy. It was Thanos.
You know, when you say that, the guy did look kind of like Thanos, but the height was off.
Because while I was away, Riki snuck in and broke his kneecap too.
So when you all get into the baths, everything gets prepared, prayer candles and yada yada. Basically, it is a very nice and pleasant experience for everyone. The water is warm or cold, whatever that you guys prefer and tell them, but whatever that you guys tell them to do, basically the way that everything is set up here, it helps relieve a lot of the stress of the trip and the day, and it makes you feel that comfort that you have not felt since, well, I guess at this point leaving Lookshy, but even then you were kind of like strangers in a strange house. Whereas before it was like you guys had your own apartment with running water and everything. It was familiar, good. And this kind of, while it's not the same, it does bring back those feelings a little bit. I have two questions for you. The first, who digs into the snacks first so I can tell you all what was in the snack box? And the second, who wants to look at the walls to see what it is on them, as that you have kind of taken in your surroundings?
I definitely want to go in the snacks.
All right. Ferris, you enjoying your bath, lazing about. Oh, finally remember. Ah, yes, the snacks on my plate. And you take the cover off, and a waft of steam comes out, as there's a plate of hot nuts in front of you. You could say, son of these nuts.
Okay,
You can tell that I've broken her.
You gonna make it?
yeah, I'm good. I guess she will. Sure. I can't even say what I want to say without laughing.
Is it, you guess she will try son of these nuts?
Yes.
Worth it. I can still hear her laughing.
I'm a child. Ferris will try some of these nuts.
They're delicious.
Great. I guess if they're great, she will, probably eat a few, set the bowl down, and get prepared for her bath. She would make sure the bubbles are extra bubbly.
I am going to observe the wallpaper.
Okay. You observe the wallpaper. You can read River Speak, right? I would be very surprised if you couldn't, considering that you are from the Scavenger Lands and that is your native language.
I would be very surprised too, but we're how far in where Riki still doesn't know how to read?
Fair enough. But I know that you have linguistics, right?
Wait, he should have River Speak because that's what they were speaking at his hometown.
But can he read it? That's the question.
Oh.
Which is to say, do you have that single point of linguistics, Cody?
I do have.
Okay.
2 points in linguistics.
Oh boy. Have you ever looked at any of the linguistics charms?
I looked at a couple.
They're goofy. So knowing how to speak river speak and everything, you see on the wall here is a poster that is plastered up. It is the actual poster of it, and I wish that I could draw this. You can see a shadowy, smoky form with glowing eyes the color of jade. And you can see that it is it has a blade drawn as it like coming out of the smoke, and you can see on the poster itself is a man on fire taking a martial arts stance. And and like behind him, you can see a small crew of people, including a bunch of Jala and a very fanciful looking guy casting sorcery. And it reads Chiaroscuro Knights, the Ballad of Ricky's Body.
God damn it. That flaming guy in martial arts stance is that. Oh, I get it. God damn it.
It looks like a bad version of Ricky.
Divine's just sipping his tea as he reads it, and like a mouthful of green tea comes to full realization. Holds it for like a solid 10 seconds while it dawns on him. And then he spits it out laughing. Because that looks exactly fucking like Ricky.
Okay. So with that out of the way, you guys do enjoy your bath. You have a nice night. The nuts, great. Amazing bath time snack. When you guys have all cleaned up and exited your respective bathrooms and everything else, you, I guess, go to your rooms and everything. Is there anything that Divine or Ferris want to do for the night? Because I have a thing for Tirali.
I'm going to see if Ferris wants to go see this show wherever it's going on in town.
She'd be down. Especially if you tell her that it kind of looks like Ricky.
It's
Also
definitely a play about Ricky.
Also, now that I realize what's going on, I see what you did there with the girl with the flower crown and the people dressed up as or cosplaying as Jala.
The girl with the flower crown.
I see what you did there.
So you guys gonna grab Tirali as well for to go and see this?
If she wants to go.
She's not too busy smashing the boulder.
Yeah, if Charlie's invited along, she'll go.
Okay. So I'm going to assume that you guys are going to invite your friend along. Or else this would be a very weird side session.
Yee.
Wait, which friend?
Tirali?
Oh, I didn't know she counted as my friend.
Wow.
So, as you guys, as the three of you are getting ready to go have a night on the town and go investigate the Ballad of Ricky's Body, there's a very pretty looking guy who comes in who has a pockets sound like they're jingling, but not with money necessarily, but with like that he just put like clackers in there to make it sound like that he has a bunch of money. And he comes up and he's kind of jingling, and you can see that like he's a pretty nice looking guy, and has like some very nice robes and everything on, and he has like a pair of dice on a string that he's kind of like swinging around, and he comes up to you and he looks at Tirali and he goes, "Oh my god, oh my god, we are in so much luck. Thank you so much that you're here. I knew that I recognized you from somewhere. Listen, you're the understudy, right? Our actor who plays Tirali in the play, she broke her leg. We need you to fill in."
Oh yeah, she's just being modest. Sorry, she's so excited. She's in shock. Yeah, I'm Ritali's here. I'm her agent. We figured you'd be needing somebody to replace your Tirali actress. So yeah, lucky we're in town. We made it to the stop. She'll be happy too as he like pushes Tirali towards him.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Charlie would just like squint at him menacingly. But she's not gonna stop. Like,
Wait. When you say squint at him, do you mean squint at Divine or squint at the fake Divine in front of you?
the one that shoved her gets the menacing stare.
Okay. So fake Divine goes to like shake your hand. It's like, "Oh, thank you so much." It's been kind of a whirlwind here. You know, we have the Realm Breakers, and they're kind of doing like the soundtrack and everything. And this is the first time that the play the play and the opera that they wrote are going to be performed at the same time, and we need a Tirali there for the prison break part. If you don't have the prison break when in the second act, Riki finds his best friend, well, his best prison friend there to help out and to kick the ass out of the warden, you don't have a second act.
I agree. It wouldn't have been anything without her.
I mean, you know, the way that they tell it, no one would have been able to break out of the prison without her. She was actually the one who was running it, from what that I heard, but, you know, you didn't hear that from me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she couldn't have been captured there. Like, no prison could have held her. Like, it was obviously by her own choice.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why that Riki went there, because Riki had to go there to learn from the best person in the prison, because she was only in the prison because it was entertaining to her.
That and housing an army is expensive. Why should it be on her dime?
Exactly. Housing an army is super expensive. You know what else is really expensive? Housing an entire play troupe, and then on your biggest night, one of your main actors, one of your key actors in this seminal piece of work, breaks a leg because she was doing squats.
Clearly, she was just too weak to handle it. But yeah, I can help out. You could even say I was born to do this role.
I believe it. I believe it too. And he shakes your hand and he starts guiding you towards the circus tent, essentially in the middle. And before he leaves, he looks back to the both of you, and he looks to Divine and he goes, "Yo, that's some nice work you did. You're a pretty big fan. I hope you like the play that I put on." And he looks to Ferris and he goes, "The flower crown is all wrong," and like walks off.
Ferris is just going to like cock her head to the side and then like gently touch her flowers. How could he? They are perfect.
Don't worry, he'll never insult your flower crown again. And I'm going to start gathering motes.
I mean, oh wait, no, you have that as a control spell, so it is subtle, isn't it?
It is.
Are you really going to do that to him?
Ferris is not actually upset, if that makes any difference in your decision.
He's not allowed to say anything negative about Ferris's flower crown.
When you say that, I want to know really quick. Is that directed at Ferris, the actual person, or the concept of Ferris?
The concept of Ferris.
Oh no.
That's fine.
For future reference for a little bit later in the night, what happens when they say that?
Oh, let's see. Do they vomit?
Well, you just said he can't say anything bad about the flower crown on concept Ferris's head. I don't think he's going to diss his own actor's headband.
You don't know what's in that play.
You know what? You're fair. Fair. You right.
Ferris as a concept. That encompasses anyone named Ferris.
What that I'm getting at here is like if there's a line in the play where play divine insults Ferris's flower, where he insults Ferris's flower crown. Would that constitute insulting Ferris's flower crown and be a target of the spell or not?
Yes, and he would get so he'd get a warning where he feels a wave of nausea, and then if he ignores the wave of nausea, he gets racking pain and vomits up dozens of fat white maggots.
Gross.
Okay. This play is going to get wild. Divine and Ferris. Is there anything that you guys want to do before that I swing over and start focusing a little bit more on Tarali as that she has to get ready for this play?
Oh, I don't know if this matters for him or not. There's a distortion, goal number 15. Distorting the curse makes it possible to speak around the forbidden subject matter for 5 minutes. Must speak using circumlocutions, flowery metaphors, cryptic symbolism, broad, to communicate the broad gist of the topic, but cannot go into any level of detail.
That would be useful if that he was a thaumaturge or a sorcerer of any kind.
Actually knew he was under the spell.
So I know that costs at least 1 willpower, so go ahead and spend that. I'm going to assume that you get it off because it is not necessarily timed. And like if you want to roll to see how long it takes you, but like unless of course that it's going to take you more than, I don't know, like 10 rolls to get that many successes, like I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like, yeah, I think it's taken on average like between 3 to 5 rolls to get that many.
Yeah, I don't think that it's going to be an issue. I'm going to just say that it goes off, but you do have to spend the willpower.
Yeah.
I'll say Ferris is probably just gonna get snacks or whatever their concessions would be, and find a good seat to sit in.
Do you guys go front row, middle to see everything, or back row?
I'm definitely staying outside of the splash zone.
Good call.
That's a good call.
So middle then. Like you're going to go see a movie, but you don't want to be all the way in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna grab a sack from both his snack stand. A sack filled with both of these nuts.
Okay, so you guys go in to get good seats for Chiaroscuro Nights, The Ballad of Ricky's Body. Raleigh, on the other hand, has been pulled backstage with the rest of the actors. Out there, you all can hear the tuning of instruments as sitars, drums, and a guitar is and a very large bass is being strung, and they're kind of going through the motions of the soundtrack of this play. The orchestra pit is tuning their instruments. Tarali, you are brought face to face with Tarali, and the lady looks to you and just goes, "Oh wow, I honestly didn't think that this was going to work. This is like the hardest part to understudy for. You're like perfect for this job. Amazing."
Charlie will flex and just nod.
She kind of like looks up to you and just kind of like flexes back a little bit and then like kind of reaches up to touch the muscle. Oh wow. Holy. Did you actually do some time? You don't get muscles like that outside of prison.
I assure you, you can. And then like she'll do her Kaiser champion like muscle flex, and she'll feel the muscle get even harder underneath her hand.
Oh. Okay. You've got the physical part down. That's good because that's like 90% of the role. What that everyone's told us is the role's not really much for talking, except for when she has to deliver the perfect finishing line, which she's very good at. What we've been doing is we've been kind of ad-libbing it so that, people who come back like for repeat performances get a little bit of a surprise. Riki, the guy who's the guy who's playing Riki, shoot, what I've just been calling everybody by their stage name because people are kind of switching in and out. But the guy who's been playing Riki, he's been basically ad-libbing the whole thing. It's throwing our divine off really hard because he's a very like studied I think that he's very, very much into like the performance arts and keeping with like a consistent motif and everything. He's like, I heard that he like is going like full method too. Like he took out a loan and everything just to make sure that he had money to do this. It's wild. The Regara bankers, if this flops, are going to come for him.
It's quite the commitment.
Right? That's what I said. So, obviously, you're going to be delivering the finishing blow to 10,000 copper scales. What's your tagline going to be? Like, can you get? I always went with looks like the scales just tipped in my favor, and then punched them real good.
That's good. I'll have to keep that in the back pocket. I was thinking having a little dust storm kick up, and as I knock them down, saying, "There goes another one, bites the dust."
Ooh, that's good. Right, you're also going to want to get fitted for a harness as well because we do what's it called? We know from the stories that got told from the people who got off the island that at some point she did her big spin kick thing, and that's great for princes of the earth. Like they can do all that wild martial arts nonsense. But for us here, gotta have the harness. Can't the mortal body just cannot make that kind of lift and not like mess something up.
I mean, who am I to argue with production,
Fantastic. We'll get the guys to come fit you up and everything. Trying to think of anything else. How do you feel about the How do you feel about the Act 3 turn when you guys have to all get together to, to murder the betrayer?
What do you mean? How do I feel about that?
Right. So, like, there's obviously the when that you all after that you guys finish up your partying with calibration and everything. There's obviously the heel turn by Ferris, who you all thought was truly like the nicest person, could do no wrong, and then there's the heel turn with her where that you all have to team up, and it's revealed that she was secretly an anathema the whole time. So how are you and our Riki gonna, like, you should probably work out something with him, where that you two can like the other night, the other Ferris was like, oh, Riki, I'll go for the bottom, you go for the top. And then they kind of made our Ferris dummy do like a flip. Cause like, she like kicked out her legs and then he like clotheslined her. It was pretty cool. What do you want to do though? Because like this is like you now. Like you can't be me.
I think I'll just have to feel it in the moment as we get there. Improv and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? You're doing great already. I'm sure that this'll work out just fine. You know what? Just make sure that you got some good lines prepared. And we'll see, and I will be rooting from you from the stage, okay?
We appreciate that support.
Excellent. Don't break a leg. Like I did.
I don't think I can.
That's the Tirali spirit. I admire that. Okay, so Tirali, you get kind of you are going to get kind of like a view of this from the side, but it is going to kind of start off with a fake boat is going up and down, and you can see the not Ferris, not Divine on the boat, as that not Ferris is kind of like over the edge, kind of like, oh, my stomach. And then not Divine looks to her and goes, Come on, little kid. You know what this problem is. I got the perfect solution for you. You just got to take off that And he kind of takes a moment and like grabs onto the fake boat, and like he's like, oh. And the other Ferris is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I should pronounce these names differently. Okay.
It'd make it easier on you instead of saying not Ferris and not Divine.
Okay. So Thyrus looks over to help me out here. I can't think of a good what?
Devine.
Even.
Thyrus looks over to Devine. And like looks very concerned about this. Like, what are you doing, bud? You're supposed to like. He's like, I know. Listen here, little Ferris. If you don't take off that suit, and he immediately he looks like he's reaching for her flower crown, and then immediately the spell starts taking effect as that he reaches over and starts retching out the large bulbous white maggots, and the Thyrus is looking at him concerned as what did we say? I already forgot it. I already lost it. As Devine is throwing up these large white maggots, and she's just like, okay, this is a bit. She's like, oh no, my seasickness. I transfer it to you, Divine. Haha. Hey, bud, this is a little bit too early for like the Act 3 turn, but oh yeah, I kind of dig this. And he's like, oh yeah, yep, get the boat out of here. As Phyrus and Devine go off the side of the stage, as this guy is racked with pain. The next scene is Elliot and Rocky. Elliot and Rocky hanging out at the port, waiting on the boat, and just kind of like shooting the shit. And you hear them comparing how many guild members that they've killed in the last week. It's almost like that scene from the Two Towers where that Legolas and Gimli are comparing how many kills that they've gotten.
Yee.
And then everything kind of swings over, and it is now it is now our trolley hanging out on the outskirts of a large building, a large prison. As you are getting ready to take your time as kind of a teaser for everyone else. Tarali, do you say anything? Do you give any smoldering looks to the audience? What is the scene like for you?
Yeah, sure. She'll kind of play to the crowd a little bit. Some WWE flexing and like pounding her fists together, trying to get them riled up.
Okay. Normally, that would be a charisma and performance roll. So I'm going to say it's a charisma and performance roll, because you're not actually attacking anyone with martial arts. And I'll give you 2 extra dice for, describing what you do and everything.
3.
Okay. 3's not bad. You get the point across to the crowd that you're a very strong person. And as that fades and others are brought in, they go through the entirety of Act 1. Eventually, this culminates in a very large and rudimentally done set piece combat where that Elliot, Phyrus, Devine, Rocky, and Desert Blumhouse all fall down into the undermarket, and then Rocky and Devine get Elliot and Phyrus to run away with all the Dajala that they have saved. In the process of doing this, though, Devine yet again makes a bad comment about Ferris's flower crown and starts vomiting again.
I know that's who you meant, but is that how you pronounced it?
Yes, I pronounce it like Desert. Yes, I pronounce it like Blumhouse Studios.
Okay. I want to make sure I have these names here so that way we can help you remember.
I appreciate it. So in the process of doing this, he gets up, Rocky and Devine do their cool, like, we're gonna fight Thanos, and it ends with a stalemate with the guy basically Rocky hitting tennis in the face, and you can see an entire fake nose prop goes flying off into the crowd. Divine, what's your evasion?
If this hits me, I'm gonna make such a racket.
Oh my god.
Evasion, it is 4.
With a 6, Tennis's nose goes flying and smacks you right in the mouth when you were trying to eat some of D's nuts.
No. There comes a time. A souvenir like this is going to be extremely valuable. So I'll consider this an auspicious moment. Bet it won't happen again. And then pocket the nose.
So, Act 1 draws to a close after a very extended bit sequence where that Devine has to go around the entirety of Chiaroscuro and explain what the fuck iced coffee and a host club is. And eventually, the curtains lower on Act 1. Thank you for taking the time to enjoy our show. If you liked what you heard, why not leave a review or tell a friend about us? It helps get the good word out about the work we put into this show. If you wanted to ask us any questions, you can contact us through Twitter at apairofdicelost or email at apairofdicelost@gmail.com. The theme song for this game is Dragon Dance by Raphael Crux, used under a Creative Commons license. And for making it this far, I saw that cool thing you did, so have some stunt dice.